Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Alex, Prime Trading. So, I hope you had a great day. Market was good again today, so it's refreshing. And let's hope that we really start that new uptrend and we do have some weeks and months of nice action to build some nice traction and exposure in the market. All right, so let's look at what happened today and what could mean for the next few days. So let's start with the S&P 500. Model is still in pullback, but I'll show you that actually tomorrow could be the day where we switch to a confirmed uptrend. So that's really interesting. But keep in mind that um, we are certainly short-term extended and starting to see some overbought conditions. So keep in mind that even if the uptrend signal is on tomorrow, it it's mostly a mid to long-term signal, not short-term. So even if there's some kind of stress test or pullback in the next few days, that's totally normal. How we've run from the lows in the last 6 or 7 days. So, all right, let's look at today's action. So this morning we had this retail sale report that created that big gap. And constructively, we held that gap and we pushed for a decent close. I will definitely look at the recent structure for some kind of resistance. So on the RSP around 172 to 173 would be some supply area for potential um, digestion, some sideway action, or even a pullback, and let the moving averages catch up to price and remove the short-term excess that we've seen in the last few days. So that's really something that I'm looking for tomorrow if we continue that buying for potential sellers to come in that area. So breadth wise, it's looking really good. So we have these net new highs still increasing. So that's what we want to see. Participation is widening. So the McClellan Summation Index did cross the 10 moving average today. So that really means that we're now in a breadth expanding regime. And that's when you want to trade. And pretty early as well because we just had that roundup action, that crossover. So if the trend confirms and do run for some time, uh, we can expect a few weeks to few months of this buying if this continues. All right, so kind of picture perfect of a new uptrend developing. But like I said at first, we're running pretty hot right now. So buying is good, momentum is good from the lows. And that created that 5-day ratio still in the 7 to 8 reading. So normally in this area or at maximum around 10 of this ratio, it means that the market short term is extended and we could expect some kind of stress test pullback, however you want to call it, but some digestion to remove the excess. And we do have the same kind of feedback from the breadth extension as well. So we have the stocks above the 21 DMA that are entering the overbought area with 75% of the stocks above their 21 DMA. And the stocks above the 10 are already up at 80 4%. So that's quite high. So I would definitely look to lock more profits into strength tomorrow if we do gap again and run into this 172, 173 area. I would trim into strength and expect some kind of digestion to remove that short term breadth and momentum excess. And yeah, other thing very constructive for the midterm is to see this cluster of bread trust and follow through day. So we had one Tuesday that 88 GDB reading, meaning it was a bread trust, very strong day. And today was actually stronger. So we saw a 94 GDB reading today. So one of the strongest day of the last year. So, like I said, very constructive for the midterm. That new uptrend is definitely trying to put in place, but keep in mind that short term we could see 1, 2, 3 days of pullback action to just remove that short term excess, and that would be just constructive to build more momentum to to trend higher from here. All right, so let's see the Nasdaq, and we've had a signal change today. So the Nasdaq, we were definitely deeper in that pullback and even a correction. And right now we saw a really strong push from the lows, and today we pushed above the 21, and we're right into the 50 DMA right now with today's action. So the short term signal did flip positive, the short term trend, um, with the price reclaiming the 21 DMA, with the 10-day ratio above 1, so good momentum in the last few days. And we also saw the McClellan Summation Index reclaiming the 10 moving average to confirm a new breadth expansion regime. So overall, that's very constructive, but for the signal and the model to give an uptrend signal, I want to see the long-term picture, the price picture, turning bullish. That means that the 21 must be above the 50 DMA. And if that happens, then the model will switch to an uptrend. So just like the S&P 500, so we could see some backfilling action, some rejection of the 50 DMA, some support on the now um, uh, upward 21 and 10 moving average. So that's something to look for, or we can simply shoot higher and make that pull back later. But we do have the same short-term overbought and extreme condition, with the 5-day ratio being at 19.5. And that's probably one of the highest that I've seen in the past year. So if we look back quickly, yeah, we've seen a 24 um, back in January, at the end of January. So that was really the highest of the last year. Yeah, so nothing higher than 19. So keep in mind that when we see that short-term excess, normally we'll have some backfilling action, and that's totally normal and constructive if the trend is taking place. So, and quickly, the Russell, don't want to be too long on this one. Simply seeing that nice action as we popped above the recent range and all moving average as well. So that's good to see. McClellan Summation Index did hooked up today. And same thing on the net new highs cumulative. So we did hook back up as well. So that's a nice picture, trying market in the small caps trying to turn. So let's see if it can continue on that attempt and confirm the new uptrend. All right, so I wanted to keep it quick today. So we're around 10 minutes for the video, the daily recap. So I'll stop here and just quickly. So we do see some constructive action for the midterm, but keep in mind that the market is running very hot right now, and I would definitely manage my risk, manage my exposure, and wait for that first pullback, wait for that first stress test to see what the leaders do. Are they pulling back? And that will be the time to really be on those leaders list and watch as the stress test happens, what is holding best. And yeah, it will be time to get aggressive in those names that prove to be the leaders from the lows push, and that will prove themselves during this stress test for us to grab these names. All right, so that's a wrap. I hope you have a great night, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.